We all love quick and easy recipes, so in this one we're going to be doing just that with this pasta arrabbiata. If you didn't know, arrabbiata translates to angry in Italian, and the angry part in this dish is the chili that's then mixed with the most amazing tomato sauce. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright guys, getting this started, place a large pot of water onto your stovetop over a high heat, add in a small handful of sea salt to season the water and then bring it to a boil. Pretty much the only ingredient we need to prep for this dish is 5 cloves of freshly peeled garlic, to which we can run along a fine microplane or grater to create a paste, which is otherwise known as minced, making sure to scrape every last little bit out of it once it's done to avoid any wastage. Place a large pan onto your stovetop over a high heat, and whilst it's still cold, pour in 60 milliliters or 1/4 of a cup of olive oil. Add in the minced garlic, then give this a good mix around to break up the garlic and saute for 1 minute or until it just starts sizzling. Doing it from cold will give us more flavour to our sauce, as the garlic will have more time to infuse into the olive oil. Also, you can add upwards of 10 garlic cloves to this, but I do think 5 is the perfect amount. Now that the garlic has started to saute, add in 1.5 teaspoons or 3 grams of dry chili flakes, giving it a quick mix through so it can join in with the infusion, and we only need to saute this for 10 seconds before we can then add in 2 tins, 800 grams or 28 ounces of either crushed tomatoes, or in my case I'm using baby Roma tomatoes in sauce. Give this a good stir to get all of those flavours mixed through the tomatoes, and I do recommend using crushed tomatoes over what I'm using here, but with the whole baby Romas it does add a nice little rustic finish to the end product. Hit this up with 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of sea salt flakes, along with 1 teaspoon or 10 cracks of black pepper, again giving it a good mix through, then bring the sauce to a simmer. Once simmering, reduce the heat to low, and while stirring frequently, allow the sauce to reduce and break down for 20 minutes. Also, if you like, you can add in a small pinch of sugar if you find the sauce a little bit acidic. Now after the sauce has been reducing for 10 minutes, add 500 grams or 1.1 pounds of the pasta of your choice to the boiling water, and if you're using spaghetti like me, allow it to sit for 20 to 30 seconds to soften it up, which will then make it easier to twist in. With it now, we can cook as per your packet instructions or until al dente, giving it a mix around every so often. Going back to the sauce, this has been reducing away for 15 minutes, and if you're using baby Roma tomatoes like me or whole tomatoes, I recommend lightly crushing them up a little bit, that way they'll burst and increase the flavour of our sauce, also giving us that rustic finish I was talking about before, and if you're using already crushed tomatoes, you don't need to worry about this step. Now once the pasta you chose to use is al dente, what we can do is transfer it straight from the pot into the delicious reduced arrabbiata sauce, and bringing along a little bit of that pasta water is completely fine, and we also do want to reserve some of that pasta water too. This can now be given a really good mix, ensuring the sauce is completely coating our spaghetti or whichever pasta you chose to use, and with that reserved starchy water, add in as much or as little as you'd like, just until you reach a sauce that is to your desired consistency, and the starch in the water will also help the sauce stick to the pasta. Also at this stage, as well as mixing it through, it's also a good idea to adjust seasoning levels to your taste, and once everything's done and fully mixed through, this can then be turned off the heat and removed from the stovetop. As for serving this up, a bowl was the best option. I know some people like to eat pasta from a plate, but if you didn't know, it actually goes cold a lot quicker than a bowl, as it doesn't retain the heat as much. This can then be topped with some shaved or grated Parmiggiano Reggiano or Parmesan cheese, with the amount being completely up to you. Garnish it with some torn fresh basil leaves for a nice colour and freshness, adding on a whole leaf for the top, and then crack over some black pepper for that delicious finishing touch. This then leaves us with this beautiful and delicious pasta arrabbiata that's perfect for a quick lunch or dinner, also still tasting great served cold, so it's great to take to work too. The final and best step left to do is then to make this all worthwhile, and that is we can then dig in. So there we have it. This recipe right here serves 4, and like most of my recipes, it can easily be doubled, tripled and so on, or halved if you wanted to make less. To store it, you can place it in the fridge for up to 4 days or in the freezer for up to 6 months, and to reheat it, you could place it back in a pan over a medium heat, add in a splash of water, stock or some more tomato, and just heat it up till it's nice and hot, or alternatively, you can place it in a microwave. Just do whatever's easiest for you. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button, comment, share, do all of that stuff. It really does help my channel out, and consider subscribing along with hitting that bell notification next to it so you never miss when I upload. Thanks for watching everyone, stay safe and enjoy.